Please like, subscribe,
and turn on notifications.
안녕하세요. 이번 주 미스터 서울의 앵커를 맡은 이한나입니다. 다들 아시다시피 최근에 미국 트럼프 대통령이 코로나에 걸렸다는 소식을 들으셨을 텐데 혹시 미국 현지인들은 이 사태에 대해서 어떻게 생각하는지 알아보도록 하겠습니다.
It's not surprising to me that Trump got COVID. No one wants, it doesn't matter who it is, no one should get COVID, but it's something that should have been taken more seriously.
Sorry. I did hear the news about President Trump getting coronavirus. I heard it on social media, and he wasn't taking any precautions, so it was inevitable.
I thought it was mostly ironic because, in America it seems like the general consensus is that coronavirus is a very real thing and it's something that you should be afraid of. Maybe not afraid of, just something to be careful for. And the president seems to have the opinion that it's either not a big deal or it's not even real. Some people are under the impression that he thinks it's not even real, so I think it's pretty much just ironic that something he was pretty much saying didn't exist, he now has. So I would say it's definitely a shock.
I wasn't that surprised.
I've kind of taken this seriously. I've always worn my mask since it started, since I've gone anywhere, so not really, but hopefully for his followers this will make them more cautious in the future.
I wouldn't say that I'm scared of it now, more so than it's just really cements the fact that it really is a big deal and it's affecting everybody. It doesn't change my opinion on the virus any. I mean, even though he's in a great position of power in the country, he's still a human and he's still just as susceptible as the rest of us to get it.
After I heard the news, it didn't really change any of my opinions or thoughts on the coronavirus.
It hasn't really changed. I'm still washing my hands. I'm still being physically distant, and wearing my mask.
I probably got it from somebody in his campaign because I know they weren't really taking the coronavirus that seriously.
I think his age is a big factor. It affects people of older ages, and Trump is, I believe, in his 70s. I could be wrong, but he's definitely up there in his age, and I think that's one of the big factors. I'm not really sure, if he was out in public without a mask or doing something recklessly. I'm really not sure, but I think his age was the biggest part of him getting it.
I think that he wasn't being cautious. The fact that a lot of the Republican Party, high up in the Republican Party, a lot of those members are, coming out with having positive tests for the coronavirus. So I think that they all were not being safe and possibly all together. And it's spread through close contact between all of them.
I've seen a lot of articles where he golfs a lot. So I'm assuming it might be from somewhere like that because I know he travels a lot when he really shouldn't be. He hasn't really stopped traveling since it started, so I'm assuming was the leading cause of that.
I do think this is going to affect the election, and I almost hope that it will, because I hope that people will, if they haven't noticed before, will start to really notice that he's not doing much about the pandemic and not really caring about the people of the United States.
I think it pretty much depends how he reacts to getting the virus. I think if he treats it responsibly and he treats it like a big deal, like it is, then I don't feel like he'll lose much support, at least from the Republican Party. But I think if he flaunts it and is very lackadaisical about it, then I think people's opinions might change on him even more than they already have in the past 4 years.
I think it will affect him. I think it'll affect him negatively. Well, a little bit of both, because if he does recover, then people will think that the virus didn't really affect him or it's not that serious. So it has a little bit of positives and negatives, but I think overall it will hurt him more than it helps him.
I don't think it'll have too big of an impact.
이상으로 트럼프 대통령의 코로나 확진에 대한 시민들의 생각을 들어보았습니다. 혹시 다른 생각이나 의견이 있으시면 댓글을 달아주세요. 이상 미스터 서울의 1일 앵커 이한나였습니다. 이 영상을 즐겁게 보셨다면 좋아요와 구독!